This one you can
Direct
see is the
the
Harley of the
output
cable.
shaft.
Belongs to Mr. Clayton. That Harley has what's called direct transmission. Just when you have a chance, just look at it. How about the indirect?
The ones that are on the table.
The indirect is the most Japanese bikes, right? You have the input away from the output shaft.
Which one's the more common?
Yeah.
Now,
So
what
the
did you
one-
say about the direct? The output shaft is
Yeah. Like this one here, the one you see on the screen here.
Yeah.
This one is called indirect.
indirect.
Why? Because the input shaft is separate from the output shaft. But if we talk about direct, this one is direct. Here is the input. Can you see the input shaft? And here is the output shaft. That transmission is on the Harley. Here is the clutch basket on the left side, and here is what goes right here. The front sprocket. The front sprocket goes right here. So this one they call it direct because the input shaft and the output shaft are in the same area. So how this one works? So the power goes to the input shaft, right? And it's gonna go and find a gear and then come back to different gear and goes to the output shaft.
It's harder to do maintenance on the direct truck.
No, you just need to change the oil over time. Yeah. If the noise makes noise, then you have to take the whole thing apart.
Yeah, if you want to do like you want to take it apart.
Yeah, but you gotta know what you're doing.
Are there any shift forks?
This one has how many shift forks?
Three. No, not the winches. It has to be,
Actually, you have four. Can I show those four? Right here. You have one right here. He's asking me how many forks.
Four.
You have one right here. You have two. You have three, and you have four right there. Because this one here, this one is gonna go to the left to engage the shaft with that gear.
Yeah.
You have four forks actually for this one. Every fork is in charge of what? Two shafts. And here you have what? You have 7 gears, right?
Yeah.
So you have you have 4 forks with 4 grooves. Can you see the grooves?
Yeah.
You have one right here, you have 2, you have 3, and you have 4. That transmission exactly on the Harley. Just look, go and look at it.
But the shift forks design is different from the direct.
Good morning.
It's gonna be regular forks. Yeah, like this one here. Yeah, yeah, but this one doesn't have the forks. It's just to show you the gears how they look like. But this one here has the forks. You have this picture, guys, on your homepage, right? What kind of transmission we have here? People talking in the back, having fun.
Indirect.
So this one is indirect. Why is indirect? Because you have the input shaft, which is this one right here. So here you have the what? You have the clutch basket right here, right? Actually, to be specific, you have the clutch hub. Clutch hub, that's the right part. Clutch hub. The clutch basket is connected to the crankshaft through a gear or chain or a belt. So here the clutch hub goes exactly right here. By the way, that thread right here sometimes is left thread, not right thread. So you gotta be careful with some bikes when you take this bolt off or this nut off.
How do you check?
Service manual. I tell you. Yeah, I mean, there are,
Yeah. No, but like just by looking at it. Is there like?
not by looking at it. So here you have the forks right here. Today in the lab, I'm asking you to count the teeth.
The
We're going
ratio?
to talk about the gear ratio. Gear ratio is very important to know. So this transmission here is what? What type of transmission? If I bring you a picture like this and ask you what type of transmission, what's going to be your answer?
Indirect.
So this one indirect because you have the input shaft away from the output shaft. They are not on top of each other. How many gears? So we have one
6.
set here, 2 sets right here, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6
6 gears.
6 speeds, 6 sets of gears. That means you have to have 3 forks, right? Every fork is in charge of 2 gears or 2 speeds. Here is the output shaft, and here goes the front sprocket right here. If I ask you where is the lowest, the first gear?
It's on the top right.
Yeah. Anybody else beside him? Because he's very good. Yeah. Anybody else beside him?
The
What is
smallest.
the first gear?
Top right.
So it's gonna be the smallest gear on the input shaft. Why do you need to know the first and the second? So let's say you have a problem. There's a noise on the first gear or second gear. So you need to know when you take the whole tranny apart. You need to know which one is the gear that you need to replace. So you have to know the first and second when you take the whole engine apart. If one of these gears is making noise, let's say there's a noise on fourth gear. So you have to know the fourth gear. On this one here, how we know the fourth gear? What is it? Here is first, second, right?
Yeah.
Third. Here is the fourth.
No, because ratio 1 to 1.
Not always.
Isn't it consistently though, they're gonna gradually go up?
Yeah. So input shaft is gonna go up, and output shaft is gonna go down. So my point is, when you have a noise from fourth gear, you have to locate the fourth gear and inspect it and see why the thing is making noise.